Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so you friends see it. Thank you.
Evil lives among us. Dana Loesch just proved SNL comedians are total hypocrites. It is truly despicable how liberals jumped on the mass shooting tragedy in Las Vegas and have been politicizing it in hopes of getting their widely rejected pet gun restriction legislation passed. The most disturbing part of this push is the help they have been getting from liberal comedians such as Jimmy Kimmel and the cast of Saturday Night Live. National Rifle Association spokeswoman Dana Loesch recently appeared on Fox and Friends and pointed out how these self-righteous comedians are both completely wrong as well as being total hypocrites when it comes to their own protection. Said Dana to Steve Doocy on the show, "I'm not going to take any kind of firearm lecture from people who clearly don't either own them or have never even fired them. And don't even understand the concept of self-defense either." Responded Steve, "Something I would ask them is, what is the correct number of guns? I haven't heard anyone say an American should only have blank number of guns or one gun or no guns. Actually, I've heard a lot of people say no guns." Dana replied about banning guns, "I'm curious to see how they would propose that to work because you would need firearms to go door to door in houses all over the United States to millions of Americans and confiscate said firearms. To that point, there are millions of Americans all throughout the country, some of them, yes, even own 40 firearms. And you know what? They've been owning these 40 firearms for decades." She added, "And that's the thing. Evil lives among us, and I've said this before, it's real. You have to deal with evil. And I certainly want to be prepared to deal with evil or with a monster with the ability to defend myself as opposed to not having that ability to defend myself." Loesch then brought up how Saturday Night Live actors use armed security guards, stating, "They have the luxury of being able to tell everyone else to disarm because it's class warfare. These individuals can afford private security. They work in a building with armed guards. And you know they wouldn't go one single day without those armed guards." She then asked, "Why don't you give up the firearms that your private security is holding? You're not being more virtuous because you're paying someone else to carry it. You're outsourcing it because you lack the courage of your own convictions." Do you agree with Dana? Michael Moore just revealed the plans Democrats have to take away your guns. Michigan native Michael Moore often brags about how much credibility he has regarding the gun issue, since he is a lifetime member of the National Rifle Association. Predictably, however, this Midwesterner is fully aligned with coastal liberals when it comes to trying to dramatically increase gun control laws. Democratic politicians have been busy trying to exploit the murders of 58 music festival attendees in Las Vegas at the hands of a psychopath by calling for new gun control legislation. Some have even gone so far as to want to get rid of the U.S. Constitution's Second Amendment altogether. Recently on his Facebook page, Moore presented his own proposal for repealing the Second Amendment and replacing it with a new 28th Amendment. It gives plenty of insight into what Democrats are thinking about in terms of gun control legislation. Wrote Michael, Michael Moore, along with all who support an end to this epidemic of gun violence, propose a new amendment to our Constitution that repeals the ancient and outdated Second Amendment, which was written before bullets and revolvers were even invented, and replaces it with a new 28th Amendment that guarantees states can have state militias, aka state national guards, which are made up of citizen soldiers who are called upon in times of natural disasters or other state emergencies, allows individuals to use guns for sport and gathering food, and guarantees everyone the right to be free of, and protected from, gun violence, i.e., the public's safety comes ahead of an individual's right to own and fire a gun. It gets far worse, as Moore says, as over 90% of gun violence is committed by men. In order for a man to purchase a gun, he must first get a waiver from his current wife, plus his most recent ex-wife, or any woman with whom he is currently in a relationship. If he's gay, He must get the waiver from his male spouse/partner. This law has greatly reduced most spousal, domestic gun murders in Canada. He also says, all automatic and semi-automatic guns are banned. Adds more, once guns must be stored at a licensed gun club or government-regulated gun storage facility. Believing that having a gun in your home provides you with protection is an American myth. Will you fight back against this liberal extremism? Right as Trump landed in Phoenix, he walked up to Marines and did the unbelievable. President Trump loves the American Armed Forces. The Commander-in-Chief has taken time out of his packed schedule in Arizona to meet with U.S. Marines in Yuma. He is such an awesome president. He always makes it a point to meet with our troops and show appreciation. President was greeted with tons of cheers ahead of the Phoenix rally. You will not see that video on CNN. Today, ABC News reported that Trump had a scheduled visit in the Marine Corps base beside the Arizona-Mexico border. This Trump's first rally in Phoenix, that he is about to have in the West. It's going to be a big deal. He's gonna announce giving this country a better deal. Share this right now if you are proud of your president and the amazing job that he has done. You can see it on those troops' faces. This country is coming back stronger than ever. God bless our troops. Nikki Haley just brought the smackdown on CNN and the rest and made Trump so happy. It seems like the media is doing everything it can to keep hate groups, like neo-Nazis and white supremacists, in the spotlight. So, who, really, is it that's supporting the hate? And the haters? According to Nikki Haley, UN ambassador, these hate groups are seeking to divide our nation and we cannot allow that. We should be minimizing them, not keeping them in the limelight. She was pleased with Trump's message about fighting bigotry, which he delivered as part of his address Monday night. Trump said, "When we open our hearts to patriotism, there is no room for prejudice, no place for bigotry, and no tolerance for hate." Haley also said, to CNN, "I will tell you that there is no room for hate in this country." And she defended our president regarding his remarks about the Charlottesville violence, saying, "He clarified the fact that there is no room for bigotry in our country." Well, we all know that. I don't think I've ever been more disgusted than I have been recently, at the way the MSM has twisted the president's words, and spread complete lies. It is they who are spreading hate and encouraging violence. Did you see what happened in Houston yesterday? Yay, a man, reportedly a member of Antifa, was arrested yesterday for intent to plant a bomb at a Confederate statue. But try to find that story in the MSM. Like, really, try. If you support our president, and know he promotes love, peace and not hate, please share this everywhere. H.T. The Washington Examiner. Melania just fired back at Ivana for calling herself the real First Lady, who won. President Donald Trump's first wife Ivana is the mother to Eric, Donald Jr., and Ivanka, the three children who have taken the most active roles in Donald Sr.'s political career. Naturally, she would have an ear to the ground about what has been going on in Trump's presidency. However, Ivana may have overstepped the line when she told ABC News that she considers herself a First Lady. Said Ivana in her interview, "I have the direct number to White House but I don't really want to call him there because Melania is there and I don't really want to cause any kind of jealousy or something like that because I'm basically first Trump wife, okay? I'm First Lady, okay?" This did not go over so well with Trump's third wife Melania, who is America's actual First Lady. Responded Melania via her communications director Stephanie Grisham, "Mrs. Trump has made the White House a home for Barron and the President. She loves living in Washington, D.C., and is honored by her role as First Lady of the United States." Grisham then referenced the fact that Ivana has been promoting her new book, Adding about Melania, she plans to use her title and role to help children, not sell books. There is clearly no substance to this statement from an ex. This is unfortunately only attention-seeking and self-serving noise. It is not surprising for the two fiery Eastern European women to get so territorial with each other. Some tension has simmered between them, particularly since Ivana's kids are so ever-present in Melania's White House. Ivana also revealed in the interview that she speaks with President Trump on the phone once every 2 weeks. Who do you think won this catfight, Ivana or Melania? I love Bob Corker. Scarborough makes emotional confession after President Trump attacks Corker. President Trump unleashed some tweets against Senator Bob Corker. President Trump insulting him was enough to make him SNBC's Joe Scarborough fall in love. Senator Bob Corker begged me to endorse him for re-election in Tennessee. I said no and he dropped out, said he could not win without my endorsement. He also wanted to be Secretary of State. I said no thanks. He is also largely responsible for the horrendous Iran deal. Tweeted President Trump. I love Bob Corker, tweeted Scarborough in response. He elaborated more on his feelings on the Morning Joe show. And I mean this, the president, he is just so out of it. He does not understand that if you attack Bob Corker, a guy who started a business on his own, became unbelievably successful in his 30s, has always been a success, a mayor, you know, a two-term senator, you attack this guy, he's not scared of the president, said Scarborough. President Trump is very successful too. He then started to talk about President Trump's imaginary impeachment. If impeachment does come up, I wouldn't be surprised if Bob Corker and John McCain and Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski and Jeff Flake and all of these Republicans that he's going after, if he's, again, not sealing his own fate and, hopefully, there's one or two Republicans out there that I haven't mentioned who said, you know what, this is just too dangerous for our country, said Scarborough. I really don't think this man is stable and I do not think he's fit. And I think we need to start talking about other alternatives. All that unleashed by Donald Trump, said Scarborough.